high-risk investment. Trading on margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Before deciding to trade, you should carefully consider your investment objectives, level of experience, and risk appetite. The possibility exists that you could sustain a loss of some or all of your initial investment, and therefore you should not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. You should be aware of all the risks associated with trading and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. Market opinions. Any opinions, news, research, analyses, prices, or other information contained on this video is provided as general market commentary and does not constitute investment advice. Master the Markets will not accept liability for any loss or damage, including without limitation to any loss of profit, which may arise directly or indirectly from use of or reliance on such information.
Right, traders, welcome to our live trading workshop webinar. Today, we are looking at silver to begin with. So today on Thursdays, we usually go live with us and Trade Guider, looking at price and volume, the Wyckoff method. I'm quickly looking at the silver over here, looking at the trends across the different time frames being on the upside. I'm going to be talking about that a bit more and we'll be placing some trades. Those of you on the Telegram channel, you will get the exact trade signals. We've documented all of that over the last 3 months. We've been doing that on intraday basis. On the end of day basis, we've been doing that for over 12 years now. Now, the quick format for you guys on how we run these webinars is that the first thing we'll look at some live trades setting up, potential trades setting up as well, how the forecast is ahead. Second thing, we'll look at a small topic as well. And then we will go on to Q&As and also events that are coming up with us, Master the Markets and Trade Guider. Welcome to the live trading workshop webinar. This and more in this session. For those of you joining us for the first time, this is Stu Narpan here, founder of Master the Markets Illustrates Conference and Traders Open Day. And I am joined by my good friend and CEO of Trade Guider, Gavin Holmes. Hi, Gavin.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's nice to be back. Some of you know I've been in hospital. I broke 4 ribs, fell over outside on a step, and then I got internal bleeding, unfortunately. So I've spent quite a few days in hospital, but I'm now back. I got back yesterday. So it's nice to be here, and welcome to you all. We've got lots to show you today. And I'm going to give you, I found a clip of Tom Williams and myself doing the chart reading masterclass that we produced. And I'm going to give you a YouTube link so you can all go and look at that. It's on YouTube. It's a 70-minute clip. Taken out of the 10-hour course. Yeah, I watched it today. It brings back a lot of fond memories for me. So I'm looking forward to working with Tiru, and we'll look at some live charts here today and look at some trades.
Great. So let's start off with silver, and I'll move on to gold as well. That'd be great to get Gavin's input. Nice to hear from you there, Alex. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Alex. Thanks for asking. I'm much better now. Still in pain, but I'm much better than I was.
A quick shout out to all the others who are joining in as well. John Duncan, John Julia, Peter Pfeiffer, Doug, DJ, Alex, Tom on the YouTube, Maria, nice, Rob Priors, Tom Sullivan. Nice to see you guys, and many more here. Sorry if I couldn't just spell out everyone over there. We're going to have a great show today. So let's do some analysis on silver as we usually do. Most of you have been coming for quite regularly will know the drill. Those of you who are joining us for the first time, let's look at this together. I quickly do it on the MT4 platform first in terms of the trend. It's a bit more easier for me. On the silver, we got an uptrend, phase 1 at the moment, right? According to our quantification of bottoms and tops, with the confirmation bars with the dots. So the current one, the latest one is a bottom to top move in an uptrend, and which we call that as phase 1 because it is in alignment with the trend. Okay, so that's what we got here. I did see something just now on gold as well, so I will move to that. Unfortunately, on the other ones, I did take a look before we got in. They've done their range. I'm always looking for something which hasn't done their range yet. I just deleted the other one just to give us a bit more clarity. So it's uptrend phase 1 over here, and then on the 4 hour, can see that's also in an uptrend phase 1 as well. So I'll do that. That's the same over there. 1 hour, I checked it just now. It's also uptrend phase 1. You can see here, right? Yeah, so you see it's an uptrend, right? Taking out that high. If you join all that together, no subjectivity, quantitative over here. So it takes out the guesswork. Just to give you the trend first. So that's a higher high, that's a higher low in reference to that low, right? So that's an uptrend at the moment, okay? Even though there's some seller bars here, but overall the bottom to top move is still confirmed. The top hasn't been confirmed yet. That's how we see this in a quantitative way in real time. So this is still an uptrend phase 1. I'll take a look at the 15-minute. There is no trend here, but the last one confirmed is a bottom to top move. Okay, let's see if this one confirms or not. But at the moment, we got a bottom to top. So SMC up, single market compression. So I've got an uptrend phase 1. Over here, I've got an SMC, but still moving to the upside. Okay, so more or less, at least 3 time frames, we're all having trend to the upside, except for the 15-minute, but direction alignment is still to the upside. Okay, stretch. Now, stretch principle, those of you want to understand the trends and phases and all of that, I would suggest you going through our 7 steps to CTP video course, right? Over there, I will tell you the entire framework, as well as go into detail of how the smart money indicator was developed and how it can be used with volume as well with the Wyckoff-ian method. Okay, so that one is a really good one to look at. 12 years of collated research that we have done over there. Right, so coming back into here, now I just want to take a look at the stretch over here. Let's see which one did it take out. Is it towards the upside? So the lowest one is the most recent one over here. The lowest stretch over here is what is taken out, as you can see. This red bar, this red line over here, isn't it? Not traders, yeah? So that's what we got. So I'm just going to put that in as the lower one. Okay, both, but latest is lower stretch. Okay, that's what I've got here. Now, in terms of 50% OE, yes, we're going for 1 ATR, 0.8 ATR range, okay? Now, what do we have here? So let's take a look. Now, on the daily time frame, what I'm looking for is this bar that is forming today. This bar that is forming today. On this bar, right, we got a range of 67 cents. You can see that on the right-hand side, this indicator over here, right? When I put that there, it's 67 cents. Now, in terms of that from an ATR, I take it from yesterday's bar. If you can read off this data window here, what does the average range mean? Basically, the high and the low average of the last few bars. In this case, of the last few days, so I've put 10 as my average. Here's 86 cents, and this has done only 67 cents. So there is some move left to make it 87 cents. Okay, that's the whole premise of this. So in terms of this, I would say that it has not done it, but in terms of 80%, isn't it? Let me check. So 86 cents, right? So 0.8 times 86 cents. Those of you are faster than me, you can figure that out. Then a calculator. 86, isn't it? Let me just check. 86 cents, 68.8. So let's just round it down. 68 cents, just shy of about 1 cent, isn't it? But I would still say there's move left over here. The real skill is it going to form its 68 cents towards the bigger range from the open to the upside by taking out this high? Or is it going to take out that bottom and do it, okay, for today? Is it going to be in alignment with the trend? Or the bar is just going to be a seller bar with its bigger range forming to the downside? That's the question we got to ask ourselves. We look at that with the correlations. I'll check the last one with volume. That's the icing on the cake, and which gives us a bit more clarity on what's going on. Let me just see this one here. Now, the volume, you can see on the 15-minute, I can quickly see a volume spike with a test over here as well, and with that bottom being confirmed and the top being confirmed. So what we really got to see is if this selling was really real or was a fake, as we can see a little bit with it not being supported by the volume, and now the volume is increasing towards the bigger outsider bar. The clue will come on the next bar on how the strength is, and if it even takes out this high over there. So what we would do is let now price levels guide us, right, in terms of that, and we'll put a pending order. So we will see now. My only always reservation with silver is that it's a bit slow. It's not as fast as gold, but it's fine. It's important to have patience in this game. So I will look at that. I'll look at this being taken out, that high. Stop loss for being here. And we'll see how that goes on to be. I'll push this out in our Telegram channel, right, traders, and then we'll see how that goes. Now, in terms of, I'm going to quickly take a look at 1 ATR, which is about 13 cents, close, 36.40. If you want to be a bit aggressive, we can take it for this close price here, right? But if I did take it at 13 cents, 36.40 is what I'll be looking at. I think I'll go for this. And great. So I will put this out on the Telegram channel, right? And supported by volume as well over here. Okay. So let me just take a look. I've got the signal here. Got a buy. And I'm looking at 36. Let me see, 36.31. Yeah, 36.32 is what we can go for. Make sure to put your spreads accordingly. That's why we recommend Trade Nation. We are in collaboration with Trade Nation. That you won't get any price discrepancies when you go through the link that we have on Telegram channel. And then the stop loss, what we got here is 36.11. And then the target is we got 36.40. Okay. So I can't put decimal points in this one. 36.11. 36.32. So I have pushed that out over there to the Telegram channel. That should come up. That is a resting order at the moment. We'll see how that comes out to be. The rationale for that is that if you take a look across all the time frames, not from guesswork, a systematic, logical, methodological way of looking at it across all 3 time frames on the upside, 15-minute, no trend, but the last one is a bottom to top move, compression towards the upside, which we are looking for it to break towards the upside. 1 hour stretch, however, is to the low side. That's the only thing that's going against us, so we can reduce our risk on that. ATR range hasn't been formed. Entry bias, what we are saying at the moment is towards the 3 time frames pointing to the up towards the upside. Okay, direction wise, all 4 time frames are pointing to the upside. So this is what we are looking at. It's not very clear cut from a stretch perspective. That's the only thing that might make this a bit bumpy ride, but that's why I've got a later order here by taking out that high over there. I'll quickly take a look at gold. Yeah, I was taking a look at this earlier, but my only concern was it has done more of its range, isn't it? 54 at the moment is $61. It looks like, is it supported by volume? I was thinking of putting a limit order here and $13. And I was thinking of But we need to check the volume very quickly. 13 times $13. If I were to do that on a 1 hour ATR, I will take a look at coming out around here, 3449. I will analyze this in the background. We can see what we can do. Take a look at it quickly at the 15 minutes. Yeah, it's a bit overextended there. And the other one, I'll take a look here on the volume, then I'll pass it on to Gavin. So let me take a look at the volume here, along with the VSA light. There are two powerful indicators. I know most of you have been using it. I've already realized that by now. You just traded more bigger conviction and with stats probabilities backing you up. After Gavin has looked at this, I will cover the small topic today of open equity, okay, of open profit, on what these tables at the bottom mean and how you can place your targets with more confidence, okay, as a guidance if you want to. Over here, yes, there's a green dot as well, bottom confirm. This is not the textbook example what we want, just second moving average just taken out on the 15 minutes. We had a volume spike over here. I would say, if you want to be a bit more patient, wait for this to confirm the top and wait for then some buying pressure to come back in before you look into that. Or if you do want to enter in earlier, but then remember that you've got to have more patience as it probably comes down, because from a cycle perspective, it's a bit overextended from the bottom as well, and volume has peaked here, saying that some sellers probably are looking to professional selling might start to happen as well. I think that's my analysis on that one there, Gavin. I'll wait on silver, and gold I'll wait a little bit maybe before I hop in. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, well, I'm actually long gold already.
That's fine.
This morning, so
if
I can share my screen,
yeah, go for it.
Yeah, welcome everybody. By the way, I see Pete Pfeiffer's in. Pete, I'm going to send you a Zoom link straight after this so we can have a chat and I can update you on what's going on with the shares in the company. It's all good news, and I'll update you when I call you. All right, everybody. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a look. I'm going to use the new software that we launched yesterday with new stuff in it that our Chief Technology Officer, Charles Atmel, has put in. So you're going to see I'm going to be using our top version, and I'm going to use TradingView for this. And I'm going to show you the entry. I'm going to show you where I think the market will go in gold based on the trending system. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share the screen, and then Thierry, if you can tell me when everyone can see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's started.
Okay. Okay, can you see that now?
Yes, I can see that. Mike Maloney, thank you for that. YM, we'll take a look at YM as well.
I'm also in a, well, it's an E-mini S&P, so we can actually start with that.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so basically I've got a 5-minute chart of the E-mini S&P, and this is one of the newer indicators called the test in a rising market. We've still got tests in here, normal tests, and that one actually failed. But here we've had multiple tests, but then it went to the top and we've clearly got no demand. You've got the SMI confirming that, and that's why it's just in the short term trending down. We're in phase one, so it's pushing lower. The diamonds or the dot system that we're using there is turned red, and you'll notice this massive volume spike which came in just before we came on air here, and that is a top reversal bar, and we've got a new indicator that's going to go. We're adding in indicators as we go in this new software, and this works with TradingView, as you can see. And this version that I'm using is the Elite version. It's called Pro Elite, and it's got quite a lot of features in it, which I'm going to show you. But let me go to we'll go straight to gold. Okay. Now, first of all, you're going to see here that we had the first part of the setup. All right. So that's very clear. There's professional buying. The volume's massive. This trending system here, you can see this. Okay. This trending system was green when it appeared, but we couldn't take the trade at that point because the market hadn't changed behavior. But now it most definitely has. And we're in phase one. This is the software calculating this of an uptrend. So as phase one, it just means that it's built a cause in the background, which is why gold is pushing higher. Now here, where I actually took the trade was just on there where the SMI indicator came in. Okay, right there. Okay, so that was the second trade of the day. Now down here, we've got a lot of information that we've got a lot of information telling us that there's buying going on, which there clearly is. So we'll just go out a few time frames, which is what I did. We'll go to the 15-minute chart, and you can see exactly the same setup here. All right, you've got your buying in a green, where these green boxes, they're calculating volume, and they're looking at the trending system, and it changed just up here, which we can see. And again, it's aligning with the 5. It's an uptrend in phase one. So I expect it to take out this top. Okay, and we can have a look at that just up here. All right, so it's built a cause, it's tested, and it's now turned, as you can see, the dots, the trending system has all turned green for the last hour and 15 minutes approximately. Now let's go out another time frame, because this gets interesting now. We'll do the hourly chart. And what we can see here is the SMI indicators, which is the smart money indicator that Tiru developed at Master of the Markets. It's now confirming the same thing. It's just reconfirming the VSA indicators on the smaller time frame. And one of the indicators that we're putting in is what we call a top reversal. Is going to be going in, I think it's going to be next week. And it's going to be an indicator that is literally there. It says top reversal. And if you've got the SMI indicator, it's just confirming that that's weakness. But they brought it back. You see down here, you see everything started to turn green, and it's just turned green now. And actually, the SMI indicator was a confirmation indicator in exactly the right place. So it's all making sense. And then we'll go out one more time frame just to look at an investment type trade in gold. And what we can see here is this reversal bar you've got here. As the market fell, the volume dried up, and then you've got a spring. And if you click on this little button here, right, there we go, it tells you the news.
Just a quick one, Gavin. Silver is triggered, so yeah.
Okay, all right.
We'll monitor it.
I'm going to hand back to you in a second. Don't worry.
Yeah, no problems. You finish up. I just wanted to.
Yeah, that's okay. And I just want to finish off on a stock, if I may.
Yeah, take your time, because just people can follow it from the Telegram.
Okay, so what we'll do.
And somebody else is asking about YM as well, the Dow, the E-mini Dow as well, if you want to take a look.
It's going to look very similar to the ES, but yeah.
Yeah, Mike was asking.
I'll look at the Dow in a second. Okay, so stocks. We don't want Indian stocks, no. We want, okay, all countries. And this is what I wanted to look at, which is Tesla, which I know many of you know I've been following. Now, this is the 4-hour chart of Tesla, as we can see. Down here, if you can see here, let me just move that back there, okay. We've got a test of this massive volume bar here in Tesla, okay. It's tested it again, and all I'm waiting for to get back in on this is for the market to break this top here where you've got the no demand. There is definitely no demand there. But if Tom taught me this, he said, if you get no demand and it's immediately tested and it's testing on low volume and it reacts and goes above the no demand bar, that's an entry at around 330, approximately 332. Very strong instrument. And, you know, It's one of those. This is the 4-hour chart. So if I put up the daily for you. Let me just move this panel one sec. That's it. Okay, so we'll put up the daily chart now. Okay, that's what I noticed. Okay, highest volume. All right, now the reason on the daily chart it hasn't rallied properly yet is because there's no demand after that bar. So at the moment, I'm just sitting tight on the daily chart, but that has caught my attention and I'm drawing it to your attention, okay? Because if we come and click on this button here, okay, you can see here, it tells you all the different, if there's any news coming out about Tesla or is there any earnings reports or anything like that, that's absolutely going to move it. So let me, before I hand back to Turu, I'm going to go and have a look. It was the YM, wasn't it, Turu?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, we can see the daily is in an uptrend. Yesterday we closed in the middle, but let's go to a smaller time frame. So I'll start off with a 1-hour chart. Okay, now I can see why that's been picked out. You've got here some potential professional buying on a very massive volume on the hourly chart, and it's moving sideways. So
I mean, just 1 second, right? So I will just quickly show them the live trade taken on price and volume over here.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
As they can see on the charts, you can see over here on the. Can you all see my screen? At the moment, yeah, I think you all can see it. So here is where we are looking at based on price and volume, SMI and VSA.
I can just see topic to cover. Is that correct? Is that what I should be seeing?
No, you should be seeing the chart with the live account showing. I think that's what people should be seeing as well. If you all can see it, that'd be great. I think I can see that it's being shown. So over here, traders, as you can see, this second blue line is where we entered it on, right? Stop loss being for around here, we will be trading that shortly. And the target is for around here. And the reason for the target, I'll talk about it later, is a 1 ATR target from here, which has got a 70% probability of hitting it, okay? I'll explain that later when we talk about the topic on OE, okay? This is what gives us the conviction, even when this dances around in terms of its volatility, and even when we are a little bit down as well, right? Just breaking even over here. So this is what gives us the patience and the conviction to stick with it. And if you look at some of our live trades, some of them would be going against us, going even near to our stop, but then we held it with conviction and they will reverse back to the target. So this is what you need to know in terms of probabilities when you're trading in real time, okay? So yeah, I will look at this trade and I'll manage that and we'll keep you guys posted. I'll hand it over to Gavin. Gavin, I just wanted to just show that, yeah.
Okay, good. Let me show the screen quickly and we'll go back to the Dow. Okay, can you all see the screen there, yeah?
Yeah, I can see it going to be shared, so.
That's the hourly chart. Now, hello, Mike, out there in Ireland. Let's go and have a look at the 1 minute time frame quickly. You have to make that bigger. Well, there's a buying and there's testing on the 1 minute, but I'm going to come out of time frame because that's a little bit busy. I want to use the 5. All right, let's just move that. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, so we've got quite an interesting area here because the market is consolidating in a range, but we have actually got a price bar there where you've got the buyers and then you've got the sellers So that's a very difficult one to call for me. It's not actually trending at the moment. It's in a phase one down move at the moment. Okay, but there is potential support there. But that volume concerns me. In fact, that's a lot of high volume. We'll come out a time frame on the Dow. Let's just move that out of the way. Over to there. And we'll go to the 15-minute next. Well, you know, it's attempting to accumulate is my view, because now on the 15, the bigger time frame, we're in a phase two uptrend according to the system. So would I trade this right now? No, I wouldn't. The same with the E-mini. Gold was much more obvious this morning, but you've not a clear area where this could move to, and then if it gets there, and this could be a trade that sets up this evening or tomorrow morning. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it's definitely accumulating. Finally, I'll go to the 1 hour chart. Just move that out the way. Yeah, you can see it here. They've actually tested this, but I think they're going to retest it. So my view on this is I wouldn't want to be short at the moment. But again, if it comes down into this area and we get a failed test, then I would definitely short it. I would look at going short on this on the 1 hour chart, because if it's a strong market, we will very likely see a test of the no demand bar. And if that comes in the next 25 minutes, then Thierry, we could have a setup here, but it's not something I probably would wait. I don't think that's something we can take in the next hour, in my
Totally
opinion.
agree. Yes, I just saw that as well. The trends are not correlating. Mostly it's showing towards the downside, isn't it?
Well, it is pushing lower. Yeah, absolutely. But there is,
But there's some buying coming on the 15-minute
yeah,
and also on the, let me just do that. Yeah, some buying coming, but I'm not seeing, like you said, it's not very obvious, is it?
no. So let me hand back to you, and you can then talk a little bit about, was it open equity you were going to talk about today, wasn't it?
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah. So let's,
Okay, let me stop sharing. Yeah.
right. So, let me share with you this, guys. Okay, so here we are still on the silver trade, managing that. We're seeing how it is. It's still dancing around where we are. This is the place it needs to get to 36.40. A few cents away from that. A bit of a spread on that one. So even though we entered here, we had to give a bit of spread. It's about 3 cents on that. But it's the nature of the game. We'll see how that plays out to be. I will keep an eye on that, traders. So I have 2 positions on there. One is a bit early entry after it rebounded, but still volume supporting that. This is how we get the conviction. Now, the silver, you can see, right? So from the volume, still supporting that bottom. That's what gives us the conviction with all the others that we have looked at. Now, coming back in terms of open equity. So let's take a look at this, right? So before we look at open equity, so we looked at a few factors to confirm our entry point, okay? One is we looked at trend alignment, right? Across the different time frames using both SMI and VSA as well. So we look across all the different time frames. The trend box, okay, is what we have seen. Let me just hide that because I know it's covering that. You see uptrend phase 1, okay, on the 15 minutes. So likewise, we do that for all the time frames and we put it onto this table here, which is what I just did just now, right? We all did this together. You can watch the recording as well on YouTube later once you want to see that. Now, after that, I've done all of that, right? So then we get a bias towards the upside by looking at the stretch principle as well. And the range hasn't been formed, so all tick, 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 going towards the upside. And then after that, then what we do, so after we got a trend alignment and direction alignment, Then I also take a look at the stretch principle, right? The third thing that I take a look at is the volume. Now, when everything aligns together, then we take an entry, right, on the close of the confirmation bar, which is exactly what I just did over here. As you can see, as it took out that high, put an entry, and then I come in, okay? My precise entry point. That's how we manage it. Now, once we are in the trade, then we got certain trade management rules. Now, one of them you need to consider is where your initial stop loss goes and where your target goes. So today I will have some time to go through the target, but those of you who want to go through all of this in a systematic manner and in a much more depth, definitely check out 7 Steps to CTP. I'll explain everything over there, okay, in much more detail. Now, coming back to here, so what do we mean by open equity in terms of the target? Open equity means, in other words, it means open profit, okay? Open equity is an institutional term. Now, what does it all mean? That means, it means that, I can show it to you in real time here with the silver trade, right? So from where we have entered, you will see that when it just went up a little bit, you will see this fluctuating, isn't it, over here, right? On our account balance. So it will go up to $100, 120. Then after that, now at the moment, it's down about minus 133, okay? So in this example here, you can see that the maximum open profit there was, okay, was about $120. Remember just now when we showed you? Now it's showing minus 133, okay? So this is what we are looking at. So what we do is to know where to come out, how much move is left. So the real question is, how much move is left in this trade, even in this gold trade as well, the time when the bar with the dot happens, we keep measuring the swing distance. So you can see each one is measured. So this is 0.73, this is 0.52 ATR. ATR is an average range, 14.44 ATR, and all of that. After we've done all of that, we put it all into a table. This is called a distribution table, okay? A probability distribution table. This is the thing that is lacking anywhere online. Nobody shows you the probabilities, and trading is based on probabilities, okay? This tells me that anytime when the confirmation bar happens, to get to a small target, there's always usually a higher chance. That's about 89.52%, 90% of the time we'll get that. In our example, we've used the 1 ATR, which is about 65% chance, right? Just blindly on, if you just never put any other factors, if you just take on the phase ones only, okay? You just take on the close and then you just put 1 ATR. So this is what it's telling you, only for phase 1 data. Because we got a filter, and the good news is all this was done by one of our clients who joined us and got inspired by this product. And then he said, you know what, Chiro, I'll code this entire thing for you and the MTM community. And then put it on the TradingView. So this is how we got it. You can select phase 1, or you can select phase 2s, or you can select both as well. And you can do this on any time frame. So now I'm trading based on probabilities, and that's where my conviction comes, which is, you know, there will be a 65% chance of it getting to the 1 ATR number. So if you're taking this like Gavin in the morning on gold, you will hit that very easily. Now, this is only on one strategy, right? You can always design another strategy where you don't put any target, right? You just keep trailing your stop loss, and the only time you will exit it is when the swing finishes, when the opposite confirmation bar occurs, okay? And this table stats will just manage your expectations. You can see that the ones which get to 5 ATR, as you increase the distance, lesser and lesser of them get there, just like running a marathon, isn't it? In the beginning, there'll be a lot of guys who can reach the short distance, but as you increase the distance, a lot of people will drop off because, you know, they can't keep up the stamina, you know, they're not trained well, you know, they're not healthy, obese, whatever it is, isn't it? Health reasons, smoking, all that, right? So likewise in the market, okay? And the reasons for that can be different. Trends on different time frames are not correlating. News, you know, affecting it. Volume, right? Smart money is not there to support the move. All those kind of things, okay? So that's what we are looking at. So this is the guidance we use, but to get that guidance, we collect it all from the previous swings on any time frame. So this has been collected over since 2010, over 15 years of data, what you're looking at here. And this is what gives us the conviction of it reproducing. So in real time, when we take a look at silver over here, I'm saying that from the time it has confirmed, right, to get to his 1 ATR, there's still about 60-70% chance because I'm aligning everything else, the stretch, the volume, the time frame, trends, and everything. And if you go and collect all the data that we've put on Telegram channel, right, all our signals, and one of our clients did it, right, to get confidence. He went to go and collect all of it, right, to help us out, put it into a spreadsheet, and then he showed that all our signals in real time, there's about 66 to 70% probability of hitting targets in real time, actual profits, okay, which is what he measured. So this is what it's telling us over here as well. Uptrend phase 1 on silver, and this is the place where we entered. That's why even there's a seller bar here on at the end of 15 minutes, but we keep on with the strength of the probability that it will get there 60-70% of the time. Okay, this is looking at both, but if I take a look at just the P1s, which I got here, and those of you already got the SMI Elite OE indicator, if you want a free upgrade to the P1, just email us, and there's a few things. You can join our MTM fans list as well, SMI and MTM fans list, and then we can give you a free upgrade to P1 as well, okay? So over here, once that uploads, you can see this is a P1 over there, and I can select P1, we can select OE, and over here, I'll do ATR, and we can see that over here, when I put this together, I'll show stats chart, then it will tell me the exact probability, okay, on the OE tables. There you go. So 1 ATR, there's a 66% chance of it getting there. So when all this happens, I'm just following probability. I don't know if this will become a loss or not, but I just follow on probabilities and law of numbers. There's a 66-70% chance of it turning back after this volatility to get to my target, if that's my maximum point of this swing. Okay, all I can do is just trade on probabilities, and that's all we do over here. Okay, it might be one of those outliers where it gets to our stop loss, but that's fine. We run the numbers and we believe in the edge of our system. That is what trading is about. Okay, I guess that's that one on the open equity, Gavin. I'll just quickly show them the upcoming events as well that is happening. Another thing, traders, I'll quickly tell you is both our YouTube channels, Master the Markets, youtube.com/Master the Markets. Those of you who want to understand what the stretch principle is all about, you can go on to here after you click the subscribe button. And some of you have told me and Gavin that, oh, I've subscribed to both your channels, why don't I get a notification? Because you got to click on the drop down arrow here, click on the all bell icon, then you will get notifications sent straight to your phone. Do the same on TradeGuider channel, youtube.com/TradeGuider. Click on subscribe. After that, click on all bell icon. Every Thursday, we go live on TradeGuider channel. Every Wednesday, we go live on our channel. Okay, so that's what we do. And then after that, stretch principle, if you want to watch, is over here. And but I would suggest you all to watch probably first 7 steps to CTP.com. That would be the first thing I would recommend to watch. And then after that, watch the stretch principle. And then the other thing also I just did want to mention is an upcoming event that's coming up will be our ETM annual summit, right? It happens once a year. It'd be great to see you guys. It will be happening in Westminster, London. Beautiful place next to the Big Ben and the London Eye, happening on the 18th and 19th of July. We'll release the in-person tickets for now, so grab them first before they run out, and you can go through all of this, what's ETM, why ETM. Some of you joined us last year, so wish to see some repeat faces. Would be great. It's been a while since we all met in person, so that'd be great to watch you, to see you guys in person, because I know some of you have joked and asked us whether we are real people or not, or just AI constructs. So you can come and find out for sure at this ETM annual summit. Okay, right, Gavin, over to you if you want to add in anything.
Yeah, I'm looking for. I've actually had a couple of inquiries this morning, actually, too. I didn't mention this to you, asking us if, because this 2 gentlemen are in the US and Canada, are we going to broadcast it on the internet? And we haven't made a decision on that yet, have we? So, because it's quite, it can be a little bit off-putting, but we'll come back to you on that, John and Steve, because I'll talk to Tira about this afterwards, and we'll make a decision on that, whether we can do it virtually as well. So it's happening at the Park Plaza Hotel, which is in Westminster Bridge. Lovely hotel, really reasonably priced rooms. We're providing lunch on both days as well. And it's a great networking event. So I do encourage you to. We've got 10 seats, by the way. We've booked the room, 10 seats. Very much looking forward to that. All right, let's show you some stuff here. This is going to be quite interesting. So I found a video.
Let me stop the share, Gavin.
Okay. Yeah. No, I've got it. I'm sharing my screen. Okay, here it is. I'm going to post this in the room. In fact, Glenn, I don't know if you're able to do that, because I'm not sure. I'm sure there's a way of posting it, but anyway, this is the video. There's the link to it. All right, just there. And if I just start playing it, you'll see this is the chart reading masterclass, the original one that I did with the late Tom Williams and Philip Friston, who's a fund manager. And it goes into great detail of each signal, but as described by Tom. So this is just it's a 10-hour course, broken into 1.5 hour segments. If you click on the play button here,
you look exactly about 50 there. Oh, about 50, all right. Okay. So there's the master in the middle, Tom. Most of you know Tom, you've read his books. The Undeclared Secrets That Drive the Stock Market, or Master the Markets. And Tom, as you know, is a retired syndicate trader who traded in Beverly Hills, California.
So anyway, this is just an example. It's just a segment of it. And we just sent an email out today to everybody. Let me post this in the room. Just bear with me. Right. So I'm just going to post this in the chat area. And there it is. That's the link. We are doing a promotion on this today. It's got 35% off of the retail side of it, and it's been completely remastered. So it's the quality is exceptional. It was remastered a few weeks ago, and it's called the Chart Reading Masterclass, and it covers pretty much everything to do with the VSA indicators. So yeah, if you're interested in that, we did send an email out. If you didn't get that email with the details of it, then just email my wife Laura at tradeguider.com and she can send you that. Okay, so it's Laura at tradeguider.com, and she's on live chat from the front page of our website now. She's with me, so if you've got any questions at all, feel free to do that. The other thing I want to give you is another video which has had quite a lot of views, and this is our Chief Technology Officer explaining all the features of the Elite Pro software. Okay, and he goes into quite a lot of detail on there. It's only, I don't know how long it is. I think it's about 17 or 18 minutes. It's pretty much to the point. But anyway, that link is another YouTube video, and it's got here. All right. So that's just giving you a total overview of SMI, VSA, the whole thing. So actually, it's an hour and 1 hour long. Yeah. And Charles goes into, he shows you the scanning functionality, which I haven't shown you today, the trade alerts, which are now built in. So when like the gold trade triggered, it sent me an email from the system. That is very, very powerful. And, you know, and he's also, we're going to add in the SMI alert as well. So when it all lines up, you get the email from the system. This works in TradingView. Most of you probably are aware of that. So, you know, and what I like about TradingView is it's inexpensive and the data is very inexpensive as well. So that's one of the main benefits. All right, let me just see if there's anything else we want to look at. Let's go back and have a look at, we'll have a look at gold quickly. Okay, so I'm going to put up GC, and then we'll take any questions. And then Thierry, I'll call you straight back afterwards because I've had another third inquiry here from a guy who's actually in China. So he can't fly in. So I understand that. So we'll have to think about that one.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just move that.
As we had said about gold, it's on the retracement over there.
Yeah.
And on
okay.
silver, we had to exit it because the swing finished and the top confirmed. So we had to take a small loss on that, traders, in terms of silver. But the good thing is you must always have your predefined entries and exits, either on the upside or on the downside. In this case, I don't think it has hit its 70% probability. That happens sometimes, and that's how the game goes.
So, summary, I got stopped just in there, which I expected, because if you look at here, everything's turned red in the system. We're still in an uptrend, okay? But I expect it to come and retest this area here now. That's what I'm suggesting is going to happen. Because we've got the weakness that appeared. These indicators are very powerful. You know, you can see here potential selling. That's what it's called. PS means potential selling, and it's professional selling. In fact, that's what I call it. It's professional selling, which it is. We can see there must be some sellers there because the market's fallen. I'll go to the 5 minute again, and then I'll give you some target levels here. All right, so we're in a very interesting area right now. It went up on no demand, which we can clearly see. The system was red when the no demand bar appeared, as you can see down here. We're still in an uptrend. Okay, so you've got to be patient on this one. If you're going to get back in on this, which I will, very likely this afternoon, because the US market's just opened, I'd look for a reversal bar, which means this bar here would close up at the top, and then you're in harmony with trend on all the different time frames. Now, someone's asking me about a 1 minute chart. Saw that question earlier. It's still in an uptrend, and it's got multiple tests in a rising market. But over the last 15 minutes, we can see the SMI indicator confirmed the no demand bar, and that's why it's pushing down. And it's gone into a downtrend in phase 2. And you've just had a no demand bar on the 1 minute chart. So again, if you're not in this trade at the moment, just wait. Just wait, because it will set up. I'm looking for a, if you're going to use a 1 minute time frame, it's entirely up to you. I like to use the 5 and the 15 and the 30. But these indicators, okay, it's showing the no demand bar. It went down for 4 minutes. It's gone back up. So it's in a sideways motion, and it's coming up to 9 o'clock in the morning in Chicago. So yeah, so it's now nearly 3 p.m. here. So yeah, I'll have a look. Doug's asking a question, I think there.
Yeah, Doug was raising a hand.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Doug, if you've got a question, I'll put the chat box up in a minute, and we can. But that's the summary for the day. I mean, it's been a great long trade on gold. I've had 2 of them, and now it's moving sideways. But what I've got, and we're going to have to look at the multiple time frame analysis, and then simply we just put up the time frame. And the one I'd be watching right now, which is a really good time frame I found, is the 10 minute chart. Yeah, 10 minute time frame. It picked up. This is a time frame one of our clients showed me. He said, I've never used it before, but I did today. And there was the test in a rising market. All right. And everything turned green. The trend was up, and we were in phase 1. And that's why it was a long position. So with that being said, we've got a lot of people, I think, on YouTube as well watching. We'll take questions, obviously. So let's have a quick look at that. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and then what we'll do is we'll give it 2 or 3 more minutes. And if there's any questions, we're here for you. So if you see any questions, let me know, Tira.
Yeah, let me see. I know Doug had raised his hand. So if you want to type in your question, Doug, if you can see the chat box, then that would be good. Let me see. Mike Millennium asked about YM. I think we already explored that. We looked at the analysis from there. Silver did come near to our target, but it's now come back down. I did actually see that to exit on the wrong time frame, actually. On the 15-minute, still the top hasn't confirmed, but there's still some big pressure on the downside. So that's why we came out a bit early. I'll keep an eye. If it does take out 36.11, there'll be more weakness to the downside. So we'll see how that goes. Silver is always a bit slow, we have seen. Alex had asked for a call. I think, yeah, that's pretty much it, unless there are more stuff on the YouTube chat as well. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much that. I think the other questions that are coming in is mainly on the open equity. How do you actually get more confidence on open equity? So if I were to share my screen, over here, traders, what is happening here on silver, you see, the good way to explain open equity is from the entry on the blue line, or here where we actually enter in real time, right? How much did it go in your favor? How much open profit was there, right? Before it then came back down. And that's how we keep measuring the distance. But to get that and to be confident, you need one which is called the point of entry locked in, which is when over here in this framework is the bottom and it gets confirmed. And then we also then look for the maximum point. That means until this top is confirmed, we will ride it all the way. That's how the distance has been calculated. Here, I made a small mistake because I got confused with the 5-minute time frame when I saw this, when the top got confirmed, but on the 15-minute, it still hadn't confirmed this stop. So those of you who are still in the trade, that's totally fine. According to system, you should still be in the trade until it takes out the stop over here. Okay, that's why we kind of came out in the wrong way. But according to system, we should still be in here until the top gets confirmed. And you will see that once you see that, we've seen that many times in live streams as well. It will still hold on and it will still reverse back. The formulas are quite strong. And the interesting thing is they've held together since the 1970s, okay? So it's been quite powerful, the formulas in terms of confirming a bottom and a top. So, and that's how this distribution table has been formed as well. But in any case, as I said, you guys can check it out here, 7stepstoctp.com, when you get some time, on how we put all this together. Once you put your contact details, then you can take a look at this over here and the 7 videos at your own time and leisure. Okay, I guess that's pretty much it, isn't it, Gavin? You want to add anything else?
No, I think it's been a great session. I mean, we've kept it to about an hour, which is ideal. That's what we want to try to keep it to do. Yeah, if you've got if you didn't get the email that we sent out this morning, and some people don't, just go on to live chat and speak to Laura, and she'll send you the link to the email, and it's got all the special pricing in there for the chart reading masterclass, so you can do that. And she's on live chat now, so if you've got any questions, you can always any questions about the new software. Oh yeah, I did get your email, Steve.
Gavin, there's just a question on if there are going to be any changes. Just want to know if there are going to be any changes on the TradeGuider 47 software.
Yes, there will be. Yeah, that's what the programmers do. Well, Charles is looking at that right now. There will be an update. This is for the I think you're talking about NinjaTrader, correct, or MT4? Yeah, NinjaTrader actually got bought out, so they may actually go to a different model. We're just waiting to hear back from them. So we don't want to spend a lot of time programming something and then they go to what TradingView have done. So at the moment we're focused in on TradingView, and Steve has asked me. He said, are you, how many new indicators are going in the next few weeks? And I said, I think it's going to be 7 or 8. Okay, it's going to be, I've got a meeting with Charles later. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. I haven't got the exact number on that. And you said I brought TradingView, oh sorry, VSA Lite. Yeah, and you got SMI. Yeah. Can I upgrade to this new version, the Pro? Yes, you can. 100%. Yeah, and if you talk to Laura, if you're an existing client, we've got a special promotional price on that as well. So the answer to your question there, Steve, is absolutely yes. Just go on live chat, and that's the same for everyone watching this on YouTube. If you go to the front page of tradeguider.com, and you'll see, if you click on either, can you do that for me quickly, Terry? Just go to tradeguider.com.
Yeah, let me look at that. Tradeguider.com. Let me see.
Yeah.
There we go. Tradeguider.com. There you go. This one?
Yeah, and you just click on TradeGuider. Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, and then you should see a little live chat button. There you go, bottom right. If you can click on that for me, bottom right.
That one there.
Yep.
There we go.
Okay, that will go through to Doug, or it'll go through to Laura. It's actually, I'm going to switch it off because I'm on it as well. But either one, you just click on chat now, and it will come straight through to us. If you click on chat now, put your details in, whatever they are, and then as soon as you click start the chat, it sends a little message to Laura or to Doug, and they will be able to answer all your questions.
That's what Alex is asking here. Should I contact Laura and live chat to organize a quick call with Gavin?
Yeah, sure. Yep. Yeah, just put your phone number in there, or preferably your WhatsApp details. And yeah, just go on to live chat. So I'd like to have a quick chat with Gavin, and if it's about the new software, whatever, I can answer all your questions. That's absolutely fine. All right, everyone. I'll hand back to Tiru. Thank you very much for your time today. Very exciting times. So we're looking forward to those of you that are coming to the London event. And I will send details out if we're going to do it as a video, like a Zoom, and broadcast the whole thing on there. It's, I'll talk to Tiru about that later on. So thank you very much, everyone. And Tiru, back over to you to wrap up.
Traders, I think that's pretty much that from us today. We did quite a bit of analysis. You saw Gavin's earlier gold trade as well when he took a long on it. And then we looked at it later on when we had joined in. And then you could see that it was quite overextended. That's why we didn't enter at that point. But if you had looked at it much more earlier, it would have been good. And you saw the nice move up on gold. Whereas on silver, not really that great for us on this one. It didn't get to our target in terms of the open equity over there. That's the nature of the game. That's how we look at it in terms of low numbers. Everything is transparent here in terms of the wins and the losses over here as well. As professionals, you should always keep tracking your drawdowns and how much move is left on the upside on the statistical probability level. And that's why we referred you guys to 7steps-to-CTP.com. And also we looked at a small topic on open equity based on the probability distribution table. That's pretty much that from us on this session over here. Thanks for all coming. And as we always say, till the next time, stay disciplined, follow your trading plan, and keep trading like a master. Take care and bye for now.